The Earl of Wessex has told the BBC that his father would not have relished his centenary celebrations because he preferred to avoid fuss. He's been talking to our royal correspondent, Daniela Ralph.
Can I ask you about June the 10th? It would have been your father's 100th birthday. Something of a bittersweet day for you?
Yes, I think that's probably a fair thing to say, but I think that from a selfish point of view, we would have loved it if he had been here and been with us. But then birthdays were not necessarily his you know, so he didn't really want all the fuss and bother, and so I think that he wasn't really looking forward to the centenary, even if we were. But so I think that we go ahead and we celebrate what might have been and his life, and I think we tried to turn it into something that's very positive. I think it's very important to do that.
You must miss him.
Yes. Yes, but it's been a very difficult year, 18 months, because I mean, luckily, so last summer we were able to spend a reasonable amount of time together. But yeah, it's been very difficult during this period. You know, not being able to spend, but then, like so many other families, you know, we've all been separated and parted. So it's been very difficult for so many people, and you know, we're no different in that sense.
It has now been 2 months since he died. I wonder how you now reflect on that period of time and how the public responded afterwards.
The funeral was an extraordinary day, but of course it was also very strange. You know, what should have been an occasion for so many people, and so many people that, you know, he had touched in his life, not being there. It was a very strange, from coming from the outside with all the pageantry and then coming into St George's Chapel, especially into the nave, which was completely empty. It was a very moving and very sombre experience. But gosh, we were blessed with a beautiful day. And I'm just, you know, so glad that we were able to do that bit at least, and to do it as this country does it really, really well.
And a lot of people were moved by seeing your mother as well in the chapel, sitting alone in her mask. It must have been very difficult for you to not be alongside her and able to comfort her that day.
Yes, exactly that. And the same for everybody, really. We were all sitting on our little family groups. But then that's no different to what so many other families have been experiencing up and down the country throughout this past year. We
can't escape the fact that it has been a difficult few months for the royal family on a number of levels, but particularly around the situation with the Duke and Duchess of Sussex and how that has played out so publicly. That has been difficult. I wonder how you view that now, or how you look at that particular situation.
I stay way out of it. It's much the safest place to be.
And do you feel any sadness about how it's played out?
Oh, of course, you know, I mean, there are all sorts of issues and circumstances there, but, you know, we've all been through there. We've all had that same spotlight shone on our lives. We've been subjected to massive intrusion and all the rest of it, and we all deal with it in different ways.
A new baby for Harry and Meghan, the sweet baby Lilibet, a name that will be very meaningful for your family.
Well, we just wish them, you know, all happiness. That's fantastic news, and yeah, absolutely. I hope they're very happy, and yeah.
And the Duke of Edinburgh Award is going to be a key part of your father's legacy. It's what so many will remember him for, and how they will have a connection with him. It's
alive and well, and I think it's got a you know, a very important future. The impact of not being able to go to school, online learning. You know, it suited some, not others. You know, we know about those that had their exams, but it's affected a whole generation going through school in one way or another, and we don't know what those repercussions are going to be. You know, here is a moment we can really play a really important part in the recovery, because that's what we need. We need young people who are flexible, who are adaptable, resilient, and, you know, prepared to take risks. They're prepared to become entrepreneurs, and we don't know exactly what it's going to happen in the future. So we need young people that are going to be able to cope with that and manage that and come out the better for it.
How was lockdown? You don't live far away. I wondered how it was for you and for the Queen and the Duke.
I think they found it really, really very difficult and really quite strange. But then, you know, thankfully, you know, we have phones, we have computers, and so we were able to maintain a reasonable amount of contact, so we all made the effort, and that was the important thing. That's what everybody did.
Were there royal family Zoom calls, online quizzes? Can I ask you what you did to stay connected?
No, we never dared get the whole family together. That really would have caused chaos, I think.
You will be the next Duke of Edinburgh when the Prince of Wales becomes king. That is quite something to take on.
Yes, it was fine in theory when, sort of ages ago, when it was a sort of a pipe dream of my father's. And of course, it will depend on whether or not the Prince of Wales, when he becomes king, whether he'll do that. So so we'll wait and see. But yes, it will be yes, it'll be quite a challenge taking that one on.
How would you like your father to be remembered?
Everybody will have their own memories. He was that sort of larger-than-life person. Once met, never forgotten.
I'm sure. Your Royal Highness the Earl of Wessex, thank you very much.
Thank you.